All right, so something would quickly do now. Now we have this. Okay, so for the sake that we have this here, so let's just quickly add time to it. So in this data set, so I'll just do time and let it be like, let's say 2 p.m. Then y here would follow suit as well. So we'll just say time, right? And that would be like, let's say 2:01 p.m. right? So okay, so we have this. So I think I can directly call it here. So let me just come to this point here and just say that has to be double. So we just say I dot. So let's do it here as well. So that will be I dot. So save that. And if we run it, let's see. Okay, so we're not getting it correctly. So let me just look at what I'm getting here. So this is time. Um, so I am not seeing it here. Anyways, would come and um investigate on that, right? Because I'm supposed to be seeing this 2 p.m. here. I should be seeing that. Okay, so that's fine. Let me refresh again. So that's fine, right? So let us now go deep dive into yeah, I think it's at this point, right? So that we can be having data. Yeah, so that we can be having data once we push data from here. Okay, so now let's do that investigation and be sure. Okay, as our data enters, we would want it to as well take in time. So let me quickly do that now. So at this point here, so let's just say yeah. So let me just say time zone to be equals to, remember when stored pi time zone, right? All right. So that would be dot, I think, time zone, yeah. And the time zone we're using for this is going to be Africa slash Lagos. Yeah, because we are in Lagos. And let me just say time now. That would be equals to date time, right? So date time dot now, so that it gets that immediate time. And that's going to be RTZ, right? So I think that is good. So as we are pinned message, I'm going to say time to be equals to this time here. So that same thing is what I'm going to do for the AI message as well. So that's good because now we will be getting our data here. So at this point here, where we'll be seeing the data. So let me just close here. At this point where we'll be seeing the data, right? So something else is going to be happening here, but would come to that, right? Would come to that. So let's just sort of like push data and see what we'll be getting here. So let's say, let me first of all just refresh so that to be sure everything is good. So I'm going to say who made you, right? So who made you? And if I hit on this submit, so I am seeing issue around this, right? So meaning it's telling me that um there's something wrong with this line of code, right? So let me look at it critically to know what's the issue because I couldn't see an issue there. So that's somewhere here. So let's just see. Let me load it. So that loads. Let's save and let's try it out again. I don't see anything wrong around here. I do not see anything wrong here. All right, so let's try it out now. So let's just say who who made you, something like that, right? So who made you? So we hit here Um, so let's see. All right, so you can see we have data here. Let me look at the data. So we type um hello. So I think somewhere around there, yeah, who made you? So that was the message we typed, and we can see the results here. So if I should refresh here, we can see the data, right? So let's walk around here. Let's walk around there. So I think rather than using 10 here, rather than using this 10, I think I can make it even smaller. So let's do it, right? Let me refresh here and let's not bad, right? So let it be like that, or maybe 9. All right. So for that we can see the results which we're getting here now, but I wouldn't want this kind of result, right? So what I'm going to do is, as the result comes in here, we can change how the result is going to be displayed here. So that's pretty fine. But then we just need to ensure that as we type our message, we can see it displaying in real time, right? So yeah, so that it doesn't display in this format. So we just pick what we want. So what I'm going to do here is, so I'm just going to say, so let me ensure I'm writing the code once, right? So I'm just going to say dot x, say arrow, right, f time, then inside of here, so I could just do the stuff I need. So I know I'll be needing I think so let's do this, then I'll be needing minutes, right? And let's just create a space and do this and p. So once we do that, so this is like hour and this is the minute. So I am setting it to be AM or PM, right? So that's what this is. So I would just save this, refresh here. This is going to take a while for it to load up, and once it does, right, so it will give me my data. So at this point here was setting that we're getting these are console log here. So let's see something else again, because I'm getting that um, error, right? So that would fix it. So let's see, let me save here. So let's say who made you, right? So we do that and we hit here. So if we look here, so I can see that I'm having value issue, and that's coming from line 86, which is somewhere around here. So let's look at these, right, because this chart is, I guess, where the value issue is coming from. So let's see. Okay, so this is good, right? So let me just refresh here and be sure that everything is good. So let's do that again. So who made you? So I hit on that again, and I'm still seeing this issue. I think it's coming from this core, and that might likely be from this guy here, right? So what I'm going to do now is just to look at it, and I'm not sure there's any issue. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, so let me just cut this out so that I don't have to repeat myself again. And I'm just going to say timer, right? And let me remove this here and just do timer. So here I can just say timer is equals to this, right? So it's that timer I'll be passing down, right? So that's okay. Yeah, I think that is good. Um, let's see. It's almost like this will be generated once. So let me just copy here, come down here and paste this here. So let me say 1 1, and here I'm going to say 1, right? So that I would be sure that this time is different from this, right? But then that's cool. What I can do. All right, so let me just save here and let's try this out again. um Even though this is adding up, right, but that's not what I really would want, right, but that's fine. So the moment here resets, I think everything should be good. Then we can now wrap up on this. Okay, so we're waiting, right. uh it's an error here, so that should be 1 there. So save here again. Let's try this out again. Let me just stop this because for some reason I don't like the fact that this guy is taking too long to run. Okay, so let's just do this. All right, so let's just chill for the server to spin, then we'll be good to go. Okay, so now that the server is up and we can begin, right? So let's just put in something and let's say, so let's say who made you, right? So we hit on that, and if we look here, awesome. So if I should open, you would see that we have the user message. This is the obvious we had at the beginning, right? So if I hit here, would see who made you. If I hit here, would see blah 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 blah, right? So that's good. Now if I should refresh here, would see that updated messages, right? So that's okay. So now let's come back here. Now if this guy should in any case generate a very long message, right? So this thing will stretch up to the end, and that's something we don't want, right? So what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to create, let's say, a max so I'm going to say max width to be about 70%, right? So let's do that. So let's say max width to be about 50%. That'll be fine, right? So same thing do we would do for this other side as well, right? So that we don't have a situation where this stuff gets too long. Okay, so that's fine. All right, now what we're going to do now is to come down to this point here. So I'm going to remove that. Then I'm going to, I think something else I can do here is just to say chat dot let's do focus first, and let's select, right, so that the moment a message goes, we should still see this active, ready to take in another message, right? So let's say what can you do for me, right? So something like that, right? So if we hit that, we see our results, right? So it goes down. We can't see this yet. So if I should refresh here, ooh, now we see all of these results. So that's amazing, right? Pretty long and pretty cool, right? So let me just sort of like refresh this again so that we start all afresh. And I think at this point we really do not need these messages here. So let me just remove that, right? Then come back here and just do a refresh, right? So that we see we start from the fresh start. All right, so let's walk around here while our server is getting ready to spin up. So this is where would be. So what I would just do, the first thing first is to come to this point um, where our iteration is happening. That is this point here. So I could just say ID to be let's say chat messages, right? So that's what I would want. All right, so scroll all the way down to this point here, so that I could say const this would be equals to, let's say, document dot, let me refresh here again. So document, I shouldn't be seeing anything, right? So let me save here and refresh here again. So where am I? So document dot get, to get element ID. So I'm going to pass that ID here. All right. Now that we have this, so I could just say chat messages dot inner HTML to be empty. So what this would now allow me to do is to now do my iterations, right? And remember that we already have our data to be inside of this EL. So I could say EL dot data dot for each, right? So let me stay with the I, right? So we'll just do this, right? Okay. Now, if I should come up here, yeah, you would observe that we have basically two for loop, right? Or we have a condition, right? Which is this first one, which is the if, right? So this first one, and we as well have the second one, right? So this is what I want when there's no message, right? That you tell us no chat messages yet. So that's good. So what I can now do for that is to come back here and prepare our code for that. So the first thing I'm going to say is would write the if condition. This is JavaScript environment, so we'll be writing JavaScript code. So if I say if user in I, right, then let it do all of this here, right? And for that, I'm just going to do my div dot class name, and that would be equals to, so let me go up there and copy the class name I would want. So this is for the user, and this is the class name I want to refer to, right? This class name. So copy that and come back here. That should be here. So that's the class name, right? Then I could now do div dot inner HTML and use my backtick, right? All right, so once I do that, now I can go up and um, copy the inner HTML, which is the whole of this point here. So I'm just going to copy that and come down here and paste it. Okay, so let's correct few things. So this would be this, and this would be this. Yeah, I think everything is good. So remember we wrote an if here, which is not that point. Yeah, this point here. So we can now do the else block, right? And I think for this my else block, rather than that, so we could just do else if. Then for here we're going to say we have AI in, so AI in I, right? um Almost the same thing we did here. So let me just copy everything I have here and paste it here, but this is going to be start, right? Because it's practically the same thing. Yeah, I think lastly, let's see so that I don't make mistake. um this point here, close here, close here. I just see. So this is the reason why I said I really need to observe, right, to prevent me from making any mistake. So I missed a very crucial point, which is, let's say div to be equals to um, document dot create element, and the element we're creating, of course, is div, right? So now I can come here Let me see. So now I can come here and say um, chat underscore messages dot append child. That should be div, right? Yeah. So I think this is it, right? So let me just refresh. Then we'll test it out and be sure that. So let's say who made you. So we hit on that. I hit here. Um, let's see. Ugh. Even though my result entered, right? So I can see that there's an issue around line 68. So let's investigate that. Amazing. Right, so I can test it out again just to be sure that everything's good. So at this end, I feel it is good. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So let's hit it out, right? So once I hit it, let's see. Of course, we can enhance this, right? So that the moment I hit, we can get a rolling bar and maybe something indicating just like it's what it is in all of these chat applications. So it's taking um, more than usual to load up, but then we'll just chillax and wait for it to load up. Let's wait. So what I can see is this, and that's an indicator that my um, um, API quota right has expired. So I'm going to pause and just put in another code, API key to be precise, and hopefully that should work fine. Yeah. So I just changed the API key and let's try it out again. So let's say who you and we'll hit on that. As usual, right, it's going to take a while, right, to load up and eventually give us a result. So we're patiently going to wait and let's see that happen. Okay, still waiting. All right, so I think I've changed the ENV. So let's see how it will work out. So let's say who made you. So we hit there and let's have that. Okay, good, right? So we see the message, right? So it enters the array. So in that regard, right? So I need to just sort of like remove this console log. So there's no point we console logging that data anymore. So if we refresh, right? So we still see the same thing. So what let's say what precisely can you help me with? So we hit that again, and I'm going to get the results. Okay, so while I wait for this to load up. Okay, now we can see all the data, but bad thing I can't scroll. So to fix that, let me go up to. So this is the point right here we're getting all of those, right? So I can just come here and say overflow. Let's use auto. So save that, save here. Okay, so now I can scroll to see all the things it can help me with, right? So that's it. So how can I use you better? Okay, so I asked that question. Let's allow it to do its thing, loads up, and we'll see the results. Okay. All right. So again, such a long question. So let me just say, which company made you? So something like that. Made. here. So let's say, even though I'm not reading the results, but that's fine. So yeah, so which company made you? I am a large language model trained by Google. All right, right. So that's basically it. So we can see the user chart and the time, and we can see the AI chart, AI result, right, and the time as well. So majorly, this is the code base that made this up, and I trust it is kind of like helpful, right? Even though I know it's long, but I mean, very simple and good. Of course, this can be enhanced, can be worked on or reworked on in order to make it cool. So one more thing which I want to do, I think I should have here curve and have here like this, and have here curve, have here like this. So to do that, let me just refresh that, then come down to say here, then we'll have this rounded. So this is for the AI. So I want um so I'm going to say rounded dash. This is right. So let it be LG as well. So let me just copy this, go up to about this point, right? Yeah, and this is going to be L. So let me run and see how that looks like. Okay, so that's good. So we have this and we have this here. All right, so this is what I want and called at this point. Okay, guys, this about the